Assalamualaikum and good day to everyone. My name is Aizat Bin Che Soh.
My name is Imran bin Abdul Ghafur. And my name is Aimi Asyraf bin Ahmad.
Okay. So for today, we are going to do a discussion about education for all,
Bridging the digital divide in Malaysia.
Okay, without further ado, let us proceed with the discussion. Education is meant to be the great equalizer. But is it really? Why we often hear that education provides opportunities for all, the reality is quite different, especially in Malaysia, where social cultural diversity is about various educational challenges. In Malaysia, we are fortunate to have a diverse populations. We come from different races, languages, and cultures. But this diversity, while beautiful, also creates socio-economic disparities in education. One of the biggest challenges today is the digital divide, where students from affluent families have access to digital learning tools, while students from underprivileged backgrounds struggle to keep up. Let us meet Ahmad and Siti, two students from different backgrounds with very different learning experiences. Ahmad, who lives in Kuala Lumpur, enjoys a high-speed internet connections, access to digital learning apps, and even private tuitions. He attends online classes, does research easily, and also receives guidance from multiple sources. Meanwhile, Siti, who lives in rural Sabah, has no stable internet, shares one textbook with her siblings, and relies on school lessons alone. And when the COVID-19 pandemic forces school to close, she had to study using WhatsApp messages from her teachers, and sometimes walking to the nearest town for a better mobile signal. This is the reality for thousands of students in Malaysia. If digital education is meant to bridge learning gaps, why is it creating a bigger divide? So, that is what we will discuss today. And we will discuss about 3 points. First, how economic disparity limits digital learning in Malaysian school. Second, how digital technology is addressing educational inequality. And the lastly is innovative strategies and government initiatives to bridge this gap.
Imagine this. It's exam season, and your teacher assigns an important revision task online. But you don't have Wi-Fi at home. Your only option? Borrowing your father's phone after he finishes work, using limited mobile data to watch blurry YouTube tutorials. Meanwhile, your classmate completes the same task on a high-speed laptop, joins an online study group, and gets extra help from a private tutor. Does this seem fair? This is the daily reality for thousands of students across Malaysia. While some students thrive in a technology-rich learning environment, others struggle with limited resources. Digital inequality is not just about internet access, it's about whether students are receiving equal learning opportunities in an increasingly digital world. Imagine having to write a 500-word essay using a smartphone screen. Many students in rural areas don't own personal learning devices like laptops or tablets. Some share a single smartphone among their siblings to complete their schoolwork. Many rely on outdated or borrowed devices which slow down their learning and limit access to interactive educational tools. Think about how can we expect students to succeed in digital learning when they don't even have the basic tool to access it? If students can access online resources, how can they compete fairly in academics? Urban schools enjoy fiber optic high-speed internet for online learning. Rural students rely on weaker mobile data connection which often fail during online classes. In remote areas, some students walk to the nearest town just to download school materials from a cafe's free Wi-Fi. In a world where digital learning is becoming the norm, some students are being left behind simply because of where they live. Not all students receive the same academic support outside school. Wealthier students have access to private tuition, digital resources, and parental guidance. Students from low-income families often have to self-study because their parents work multiple jobs and may lack formal education. Rural schools often lack ICT facilities and trained teachers, which limits students' exposure to digital learning. When digital education is unevenly distributed, the gap between students from different backgrounds only goes wider. So, what can we do about it? The good news is that Malaysia is taking steps to bridge the digital divide. From government initiatives to corporate programs, digital technology is transforming education. Up next, let's explore how digital innovations are creating equal learning opportunities for all students.
Let's talk about how digital technology is addressing educational inequality. Despite the challenges we have discussed, digital technology has the potential to create real educational equality. The key is not just having technology, but using it effectively and ensuring no student is left behind. Imagine a classroom where every student has the same opportunities, where digital learning is not just for those who can afford it, but for every Malaysian child. This isn't just a dream, it is something we can achieve with the right initiative. Let us explore how digital technology is addressing educational inequality in Malaysia and what still needs to be done. One of the biggest barriers to digital learning is device accessibility. Students from B40 families often do not own personal laptops or tablets. That is why the Malaysian government launched Garanti Siswa, a program providing free tablets to university students in need. This is a great step forward, but here is the problem. Primary and secondary school students also need these resources. Shouldn't we expand this initiative to ensure younger students have the same access to online learning tools? Another initiative is DELIMA, the Digital Educational Learning Initiative Malaysia. It provides free access to learning materials, Google Classroom, and interactive tools for students across Malaysia. The question is, are all students able to fully benefit from it? If a student doesn't have a personal device or stable internet, how can they use DELIMA effectively? That is why we need to pair this initiative with better infrastructure, better internet, better access, and better support for students in need. Not all learning happens in school. Many students rely on tuition to catch up. But what happens when a student can afford tuition? This is where digital technology is making a real difference. Programs like Teach for Malaysia and Kelas Kita provide free online tutoring for students from disadvantaged background. They connect students with volunteer teachers who help them master subjects they struggle with. Beyond school lessons, e-learning apps allow students to learn at their own pace. Imagine a student struggling with math. Instead of waiting for class, you can now watch video tutorials, complete interactive exercises, and even get instant feedback. These platforms are changing education, making learning more accessible, flexible, and engaging. But once again, access is the issue. Students without devices or internet are left behind.
Beyond school lessons, e-learning apps allow students to learn at their own pace. Imagine a student struggling with math. Instead of waiting for class, they can now watch video tutorials, complete interactive exercises, and even get instant feedback. These platforms are changing education, making learning more accessible, flexible, and engaging. But once again, access is the issue. Students without devices or internet are left behind.
We can have the best digital tools, but without stable internet, they mean nothing. Many students in rural Sabah, Sarawak, or interior Kelantan still struggle with weak internet connection. This is where programs like Jendela come in, aiming to improve digital infrastructure. But it is happening fast enough? Teachers and parents play a huge role in digital education. But how many are fully equipped to guide students in online learning? This is why Malaysia needs stronger teacher training in digital education, so that every teacher can integrate technology into their lesson, making education more engaging, accessible, and effective. Parents too need guidance. School should provide digital literacy workshop to help parents support their children learning at home. Conclusion. Digital technology alone will solve educational inequality, but when combined with the right policies, support system, and infrastructure, it can be the key to bridging the gap.
While Malaysia has met protests, we need more strategic steps to close the digital divide. And here are the critical strategies that can make a difference. The first strategies that can be done is universal internet and affordable device. First, government can expand 5G internet access to all schools for the near future. And also, government also have to put extra initiative to provide subsidized laptops for B40 students, which is an extension of Ranti Siswa. The Malaysian government has started the rollout of 5G networks, but will it fully reach the most remote school? The key is ensuring that schools in Sabah, Sarawak, and interior Peninsular Malaysia receive priority access. And additionally, why university students under the Ranti Siswa initiative receive free devices, shouldn't we extend this to primary and secondary school students as well? Because digital learning should not be a privilege, it should be a right for all. Next strategy is by strengthening digital teachers training. And how can we do it? First, mandatory digital training for all teachers under MOE, Ministry of Education's Digital Education Master Plans. And also by integrating AI-powered personalized learning to help students learn at their own pace. As we all know, and we should know, a teacher's role is not just about delivering knowledge. It's about ensuring every student, regardless of their background, can access and understand that knowledge. Digital tools such as AI-powered learning platforms can help teachers provide personalized educations, ensuring that students who struggle in class can receive additional support without feeling left behind. Next strategy is through public and private partnership for sustainable digital learning. How can we do it? First, by increasing the NGO and corporate sponsorship for digital literacy programs, and also through the showcase of Microsoft Digital Skilling Malaysia success story. We must also encourage private companies as NGOs to support digital literacy programs. For example, Microsoft Digital Skilling Malaysia's program has helped train thousands of students in essential digital skills, giving them a head start in today's job market. Imagine If more companies tied in to support education, our digital divide could shrink significantly. Digital education is not just about technology. It's about providing equal opportunities for every Malaysian child. Imagine a future where every student, regardless of their background, can access high-quality education from anywhere and anytime. No more struggling with slow internet. No more missing out on learning because of economic hardships. Just equal access for all. We have explored the challenges of digital inequality, the initiatives in place, and the strategies needed for a more inclusive education system. But the real question is, what can we do next?
We have seen how economic disparity affects students' access to digital learning without proper infrastructure, affordable devices, and internet access. Many students are left behind, while initiatives like Perhati Siswa and Delima are step in the right direction. They must be expanded to reach younger students who need them the most.
But technology alone is not enough. We need trained teachers, community support, and long-term government policies to ensure digital education is truly accessible to all. This is where we all play a role. Whether you're a student, a teacher, or a policymaker, you can be part of the movement to bridge the digital divide in Malaysia.
The future of education is digital, but it must also be inclusive.
Every child deserves the same opportunities to learn no matter where they come from.
So what's the next step? Let's start the conversation. Share this video.
Engage in discussion.
And most importantly, take action. That's all for us. Thank you.